All right, y'all. So I got these boots, and they're from Lulu. These boots right here, they're so cute. I got these from Lulu, but they're supposed to be a replica of, I believe, what? The Chloe Betty boots. I'm not playing about my birthday. Every year on my birthday, I want to be somewhere. That's not my current location. Period. So I already have that in the plans. It's already paid for. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you tune in, grab you a little drink of your choice, and engage in the conversation in the comments below. Y'all, I had a Red Bull. I drank the entire thing, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm having allergies or something like that because my nose started itching really bad. I think it's the Red Bull, y'all. So I had to go ahead and get me a water. So my water is my new choice for today. We're going to be talking about wrapping up Q4. I got my little notebook here so that I don't go too far off track. But we're going to be talking about wrapping up Q4, preparing for Q1, finances and dating. So let's get right into it. In Q4, what I've learned, which was the biggest lesson, is to always find comfort in yourself. Like, of course, I've always loved my own company. But thoroughly, like this last quarter, October, November, December, find comfort in yourself. Of course, it's okay to enjoy other people's company. You don't have to rely on others for happiness. You don't have to rely on others to, bring you a sense of peace. I thoroughly enjoy my own company. I feel like everybody should have their, time where they take themselves out to a movie, take themselves out for a date. Do something with yourself. I feel like it's important to gain that self-love to the point where anybody who comes into your life is an addition and you're not leaning on them for, all things for your happiness. I genuinely enjoy my own company. I enjoy taking myself out. I enjoy my time alone. So anybody who comes into my life is simply that, an addition. And of course, they're a wanted addition, but I won't be mad if they're not there, So that is the biggest thing that I've learned in this quarter. Okay. And one of the other things that I learned is to choose me over other people's emotions. So basically that also touches into dating as well. But really in any relationship, if it's not serving me, if it's something that I really simply don't want to engage in, I'm not going to baby the situation. I'm not going to baby the situation. I'm not going to be like, well, I mean, I guess I can go out with you, just once. But even though I told you 9 times I don't want to go out with you, and you keep on asking. Or putting energy and time into something that's not serving me. Period. If it's not bringing me peace, if it's not bringing me happiness, if it's not bringing me money, if it's not bringing me, all of those things, all those positive things. If it's not helping me grow as a person, I don't want to be surrounded in it, So that's just where I'm at. That was a quick little, 1-2 on how I feel about this last quarter. Of course, there's a bunch of things that happened in Q4, such as, hit more financial goals and stuff like that. But I wanted to touch on the biggest things that I've learned in Q4 personal. So, yeah. Now we're going to touch on how I'm preparing for Q1, which is January, February, March. My birthday is in March. So, listen, I think I told you in a previous video that I'm not playing about my birthday. Every year on my birthday, I want to be somewhere. That's not my current location. Period. So I already have that in the plans. It's already paid for. I'm out. So, yeah. So as far as planning for Q1, I want to start now. Like, I don't want to start in January, but definitely January, I am going to be, pedal to the metal. So I'm writing my goals. And then I'm writing the 3 actions below it. And then I'm kind of going into detail on each action that I want to complete. So I could say, let's just throw something out there, which is more so like finance. But I could say I want to have a 5K month, right? This is also the 12-week plan. I'm going to put a picture of the book on the screen here. But it's so if you have a 9 to 5, you break it down to like, sections, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, however many actions you need. 1, 9 to 5 job. 2, business, opening my business. 3, yada, yada, So, and then you break those down like 9 to 5, work more, get some overtime. Business, open my business, get at least 400 sales. Yada, yada. do this, that, and the third. Oh, do a little bit of DoorDash on the side. Like you say DoorDash, okay, make 20 orders. So that's how I'm breaking it down. I actually want to give you a little not a little update, give you a little example, but y'all can kind of like visualize what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's how I'm doing mine. I'm also I'm getting into Notion. I felt like Notion was already like, it always was really hard to set it up. So I have this person's template that I'll put on the screen. Just a little picture of what the template looks like. I want to tag her in my description below, so her website to Notion, because the way this thing is so laid out is so nice. Y'all, this is the only way I will use Notion. I can't make a template myself. I'm not doing all that extra work, but the way she had it laid out is so nice. So I feel like this is a great planner for 2023. So I'm going to start planning my 2023 in this as well. This planner, like how I said I was going to do, you know, my goals, you can put all of that into Notion. So her page will definitely be linked in the description below. Also, what I plan on doing, as I stated, like I gave y'all the little example, start business. I am starting my business back. You know, self-care, self-love business. Y'all just gotta stay tuned for what I'm really gonna launch. But go follow my Instagram. It's gonna be on the screen right here in this shop, Kendaljealean. I'm bringing it back in January, so mid-January to the end of January, at the latest February. So I'm not, listen, pedal to the metal for sure, because I always wanted my business to come back. It was on a temporary pause, but it's definitely coming back and better than ever. I already have a bunch of stuff in the works. So y'all just stay tuned. Go follow my Instagram for now so that y'all can stay updated whenever I do update. My page will be soon, which is January. So yeah, whether or not it comes in January, there will definitely be an update in January on that. So follow Shop Kendaljealean. I feel like the first quarter of the year is a great preparation time. January feels like the longest month, but I have something great coming in January. And then, you know, you have February, you have the tax time, and then my birthday's in March, and I'm going on vacation. I'll let y'all know when. Hold up, I'm dropping stuff. But I'll let y'all know where later. But I'm going on vacation for a few days. Paid for already. I'm out of here. But yeah, so definitely definitely go follow my Instagram, Shop Kendaljealean, to stay updated. So I wanted to touch on finances. How I plan to increase my income is, of course, starting my business back up. But, you know, I want my business to be my exact vision, you know, what I have in my head for my business. So I'm not rushing the process, which is why I said at the latest, it'll come in February, because I want everything to be perfect. And then, of course, as you progress in business, you're like, okay, let me change this. Let me do this. But I want it to be to what I want it to be. You know, I want it to be great. Okay. So, yeah, that's what I plan to do. I plan on starting my business. As y'all saw in my previous video, the video before my previous one, I was transitioned from temp. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my last video too, but I transitioned from temp to permanent. So, you know, there's opportunity for overtime. You get paid holidays. I feel like temp is so crazy. I feel like being a temporary worker, it's awful, because you may have times where you really feel sick, but you gotta grind it out because you don't get paid. Or holidays, around Q4 is the worst time to be a temp worker, because you got Thanksgiving off, you got Christmas, you got New Year's. Like, you're missing out on all of that money. I need that permanent notification before Christmas. And they said ding ding ding, ring ring ring, learn some stuff later. But yeah, for real, I'm glad I got that out the way. And also, I didn't want to go into the new year being temp. Like, if I went into the new year being temp, I promise you I would have just been on a different wave, meaning I would have been in a different job. So yeah, I was glad they did that transition. So now we're going to talk about budgeting and why you should budget. So I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't budget, but y'all, I promise you, I used to feel like I don't have any money. Like, I don't have Some people really just don't have. I used to thoroughly feel like I used to feel like I don't have any money at all. Where's my money going? Why don't I have anything? Until I started budgeting, y'all. I was spending so much money on eating out, getting a small fry here, getting a medium fry here every single day, or something like that. Of course, it adds up. It adds up. But inflation now is kicking our behinds because groceries is adding up too. And, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. But somebody said that they feel like eating out is cheaper than buying groceries. I would have to, at first I was thinking about it. And I'm like, is it? Because inflation is going crazy. But inflation is eating up everything. It's not just on groceries. It's also on eating out. Everything went up. So I would have to say no. But let me know what y'all think. I would say no only because you can get you a whole thing of chicken breast rice. You can get you some vegetables. One night you might have chicken over rice. The next night you might have chicken fried rice. You can change it up. But if you have that McDonald's, and McDonald's is getting pricey too. I don't really eat at McDonald's, so I don't know the price of it. I know I got a medium fry just the other day and it was like $3 something. So I know a meal could be like 10 something. But say you got a meal for a house of 4. Wouldn't that be like $40? Yo, I'm not sure on the pricing for McDonald's, but I think it's like $10 for a meal. So at that point, you paying $40. Chicken breast. You could have bought some chicken breast, got you a couple things together. And you would have been cool for at least a couple days or at least a day or two, and you have leftovers. I'm going to actually give you guys a little budget breakdown sheet. The budget breakdown sheet is going to be in my description below. This is a picture of it on the screen. Just something y'all can download real quick. If y'all got an iPad, y'all can, use it on your iPad, or you can print it out. Y'all use that and really break down your expenses just to see, like, okay, this is going here, this is going here. Whenever you get a paycheck, just break it down. Like, okay, this is how much debt I have. This is how much debt I have. This is how much debt I have. This is how much savings I have. This is how many expenses I have. And you can really see, like, hold up, my phone bill is kind of high. Let me see if I can price match somewhere else, or let me do something somewhere else. People go wrong in their budget because they don't budget for eating out. If you know you're going to do something, just budget for it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So you may be like, okay, let me put 78 to the side for groceries. Then it's like, okay, that's just what I have to stick to. Some people have to do the cash method as well, and they have to take the cash out. But a lot of people can't do it that way. I'm going to tell you guys what I do personally. I don't use my checking account at all. Okay, so what I do is I don't use cash at all. Unless it's like I have a couple bucks on me. But I always use my credit card. I use my credit card every single thing. I'm going to get those rewards. Period. Every single thing that takes a credit card, I use a credit card for. I don't use my debit card. My checkings account is only used for bills. So bills automatically come out. I use my checking account as a way to fund other things, So the money doesn't just sit in my checking account. I never just have money sit in my checking account at all. There's so many benefits to credit cards too. And when you have a credit card, when somebody uses that credit card by accident, well, not by accident, fraudulent things happen to your credit card, that bank gonna fight for their money. When it comes to your checking account, fraudulent charges on it, they gonna take 30 to 40 business days. They gonna take their time. They gonna drag their feet. But when it comes to that credit card, they're not playing. They're on it today because that's their money. Like, that's their money that somebody stole. But when it comes to your check-ins, they're going to drag their feet. So that's another benefit to using your credit card. It's way faster when it comes to fraudulent charges. You get benefits. I have the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. I'm going to leave the link in my description. Only get a credit card if you feel like you will be responsible. Please do not get a credit card if you feel like you would just swipe the card and, just use it willy-nilly. I highly, because I heard a lot of people say this, do not use a credit card as your emergency fund. Do not use a credit card for an emergency. You have to build up emergency fund over time. But, you know, when push comes to shove and shove get to pushing, you may have to use the credit card. But always have a plan to pay it off. Definitely. So just some of the benefits is that, you know, it helps against fraudulent charges. You get some... With this card, there's a lot of benefits to the card. Definitely hit the link below, and then they'll tell you exactly what you know, need to know about the benefits. But cashback, they have deals on some stores as well. So some certain days they'll be like 15% off if you spend this here with the card. So definitely just go ahead and only get a credit card. Please do not get a credit card if you're not good with money management at all, and you feel like you would just keep swiping it with no money to pay it off. That's the biggest thing. Pay it off before your statement, before statement time. I wanted to touch on savings and break it down a little bit. I feel like some people just do an overall emergency fund, and when I first got into finances, that's how I did it. I was like, okay, I just need like this much in my savings. It is much more beneficial for you to say, break it down into buckets. Break your savings down into buckets. So you might have, okay, emergency fund. You can call it an emergency fund. But then you might have, okay, cat emergency fund or dog emergency fund. And that's if something happens to you. You want to save up to pay, you know, pet insurance quarterly or, you know, annually. You might have that. And then you might have car fund. You might be saving for a car. You might have vacation fund. You want to save for a vacation. Like, just break it down so that you can actually see that you're meeting goals. When you just have a $10,000 goal, and then you're like, oh, I want to go on vacation, but then you don't know how much you're taking from each thing. Have a goal for each thing and apply the money there. I personally save with Ally. I'm pretty sure I can put a link down there for Ally Bank, but it's an online bank. I like it because it takes a while. Like, if you want the money, I'm not gonna lie, if you want the money next day, put a little bit of money into your regular bank's savings. But Ally is more so for long term. I wouldn't say it's for short term, because to get your money out, it takes about, what, 2 to 3 business days. So yeah, that's another thing I like about it. It's very secure. It's only online, so there's no physical stores like, you know, say Wells Fargo's or Citizens or something like that. The link will be below. Put it into different buckets. I'm telling you, when you put it into different buckets, you're gonna be like, okay, I feel like I'm hitting goals now. Like, it makes it better for you, because when I just did an overall emergency fund, I would have a thing that's not an emergency, and I'm like, okay, dang, let me get about, you know, 500 for that real quick. I need that. I need to go on a quick little shopping spree. No, or you can do a separate bucket for 500 for shopping, and then once you hit that goal, it's like, okay, I can cash out. So that's just what I feel about that. So lastly, I want to touch on dating and where I'm at mentally with it. This is going to be very brief, but where I'm at mentally with dating is that if it comes, it comes, but I'm not actively looking for it. I'm not on any dating websites. I'm not jumping in anybody's DMs. I'm not walking up to people. But if it comes, then it comes. You know, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not fiending for it right now. I am definitely in, you know, my little era of self-growth. And of course, you know, people be like, so you can't grow with somebody? Oh, I can definitely grow with somebody, but I just have so much improvements that I want to do for myself, that is like, if it comes, it comes, but I'm not actively looking for it. I personally know that the person that I am right now and the husband that I want, so I'm the type of person, I date to marry. I'm not just dating to date. I enjoy, like I said, I really and thoroughly enjoy my own self. So I don't need to date you just to be like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, I date to marry. Now, people get it twisted when you say stuff like that. Like, I date to marry. Just because I, you know, probably, you know, date you or be like, okay, let me see where this goes. That does not mean I'm thinking about a future with you overnight. Like, some people are a bit delusional and it's sick. Say no. No, before though, like, I automatically are like hesitant. You're not for me. It's not that deep, you know. I'm just saying, I date to marry. I don't just date casually. I don't want to just talk to people because I thoroughly enjoy myself. I could just talk to friends. We don't have to date. But that's where I'm at. So mentally, I'm open to it, but I'm not looking for it. If it comes, it comes. But if it doesn't come right now, I'm becoming a better person, because the husband that I want, I'm not always at the level of the wife that I want to be, or the person. Forget what. I'm not always at the level of the person that I want to be for the husband that I want. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the topics that I mentioned. Definitely be engaged, you know, in the comments below. Like the video if you do like the video, and make sure that you subscribe so that you stay tuned for all future videos, because I'm pushing out the content, y'all. I'm pushing out the content. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next one. Bye, y'all.